Hey beauty babes, welcome to my channel. I'm Maria, aka agapelovegirl. Thank you so much for joining me today. It is makeup basket time. Now if you are new here, the way that I do my makeup basket shop my stash videos is that I will go through everything that was in my basket for the previous month, so February, let you guys know any updated thoughts or opinions I have on them after using them again for the past month. I'll decide if I'm going to be putting them away or keeping them in my basket for another month. And then after that, I will go into the Shop My Stash portion of the video where I go in and add more or new products to my basket for this current month, March. So if you are only interested in seeing the new products that I'll put in the basket, I'll put a timestamp on the screen so you can skip forward to that part. But yeah, with that being said, let's go ahead and dig into the February basket. We'll go ahead and start off first with the primers. So I had quite a few primers in here last month. This is the Makeup Forever Step 1 primer. I had two of these in there, but I did finish the other one up. This one is almost gone, so I'm going to go ahead and keep it in here so I can finish it up. It might even be gone now. I just used it yesterday and I was squeezing a bit out, but I think I might be able to get maybe one more use out of it. So I'm going to go ahead and keep that in there for this month. Then I had the Urban Decay All Nighter primer, which I really enjoyed, but I think I'm going to go ahead and set it aside so I can focus on these two other primers this month. Alright, so these were brand new primers to me last month that I wanted to test out, and I did get a good use out of this one from She Knows. It's their 24 Karat Elixir Serum Primer. It's meant for dry skin. And it looks like this. It has some gold flakes in it. It's like a little dropper one. And I actually really enjoyed using this, but I will just say right off the bat, I didn't really get much chance, or maybe I didn't really make much time to really test these out. So like I said, I want to keep these in here for this next month of March to really see if I can do a side-by-side wear test and things like that. So I did wear them, but I didn't do any kind of wear test or anything like that. So I don't really have a review like I like to do on products, so I need to keep using these. But I will say I did enjoy using this serum primer. It absorbs right into the skin. It feels really nice. I don't know if I necessarily felt that it was doing anything like super hydrating because it says it's for dry or very dry skin. So I really just need to use it a little bit longer and really think about it while I'm using it and really test it out. So that's what I'm going to be doing this month, so that'll stay in there. And then I had the Good Molecules silicone-free priming moisturizer, and I only used this a handful of times as well. I feel like the primer I used the most was that She Knows 24 Karat Elixir, but didn't think much about it, like I said. And this one, the handful of times I used it, again, I didn't really think much about it either. Didn't really do a side-by-side wear test or anything like that, so I really don't know how well this works. And I really just want to make more time to put it to the test. Last month was just a little bit rough for me. I feel, I don't know. I made this post on my community tab about feeling very defeated and things like that, and I think that went into play a little bit with you know, testing makeup and stuff like that. I just really wasn't in the mood to like really test makeup. I just want to enjoy it and play with it, and the idea of having to review something or really be thinking about it was a little bit overwhelming to me last month, so I just really didn't put that much effort into it this month. So I do apologize for that, but like I said, that's why these will go in here again this month so I can really put them to the test and see what I think. So I can have an actual review for you guys. But anyways, I didn't have any bad experience with this, but didn't really have any major thoughts on it either. Alright, moving on to setting spray. So I had 4 in there this month. I have the Urban Decay All Nighter in the Summer Solstice scent. I'm going to go and keep this in here until I use it up. I've been trying to do that with my products, and when I open them up, just kind of try to keep them in there and use them. So I'm going to go and keep that in there. Then I have the Revolution Fixing Spray. I really like this setting spray as well. I'm going to go ahead and keep this in here and use it up. Okay, and then I had this one that was new last month that I was hoping to kind of test out a little bit more and review. I keep it in the box. Stuff that's like super new to me, I keep in the boxes just so I can read the sides and get the information and things like that. But this is the Derma E Blue Light Shield Spray with blue-green algae and activated charcoal and things like that. It's supposed to help be like a blue light defense, but it's a setting spray. It's really cool. Now, as you can see, I did use quite a bit of this. I don't know if you can that's about how much I used. So I used this quite a few times, but I, again, didn't really think much about it. It's really hard. I don't know really how I would really review a blue light shield spray, but it also said it can be a makeup refresher, and I did feel like it was very refreshing when I used it and kind of helped refresh my makeup, so I did enjoy using it. I'll go ahead and keep this in there this month as well. Okay, and lastly, this one's been in there since I think December. This is the PCA Skin Hydrating Toner. It's just their toner, like a regular skincare toner that they do sell in like a little bottle, so they suggest using it as a makeup prep spray or a makeup setting spray, and I actually really fell in love with the idea of using a toner as a setting spray, especially like in December when I used it. I was traveling and my skin usually goes way out of balance and super wonky. If you're not new here, you've heard this in the last couple of makeup baskets, but I really enjoyed using it. I think I'm going to go ahead and take it out of my makeup. It's pretty much gone anyways. What I think I'm going to do is just set it aside, keep this bottle. I still have some of the toner in the regular full size as a, like, you know, regular toner. And so when I feel like I need it, if I'm going to be traveling, I'll probably stick it back in, but I'll just save this bottle to reuse because I really love the idea of using a toner for when I'm traveling. It's such a great idea, so I definitely recommend that. Alright, let's move on to foundations. I had 3 foundations in there. I had this new one from CoverGirl, the Catrice HD Liquid Coverage, and then the Urban Decay Naked Skin or Stay Naked Foundation. Really quick, I'm just going to talk about these because I plan to go a little bit more in depth in my beauty replay video. Now again, if you are new here, I do a series on my channel in the beginning of every month called Beauty Replay, and that's a video where I review all the brand new products to me that I tried the previous month and give you my updated thoughts and review after testing them out for the month. So I'm going to go into more depth there on my thoughts and review of this CoverGirl Clean Fresh Skin Milk Nourishing Foundation, but I will just say real quick here that this wasn't a foundation that I really enjoyed. I found that every time I wore it, I just wasn't happy with the way it looked on my skin. I wasn't happy with my makeup, and in fact, the very last time I tried to test it out, I ended up just removing it all off my face and starting my makeup over again because I just really did not like it. Now, I have 2 shades here, the shade medium and then light medium, because I felt like medium was a little bit too dark for me, light medium was a little bit too light for me, so I would mix these two together when I would wear them. And I don't know, for being a nourishing foundation, I felt like it just really wasn't great for someone with dry skin. I have dry skin and I felt like it didn't look that great on me. And so anyways, yeah, like I said, I'll go into more detail in Beauty Replay, but this was not a foundation I enjoyed using, and so this will be going out of my basket this month and probably actually be decluttered from my collection. Moving on to the Catrice HD Liquid Coverage Foundation. So I put this in here because originally I had purchased the shade Warm Beige 40 here, and I really love this foundation, but I realized that Warm Beige is actually not a warm toned foundation, it's a cool toned foundation. So while I love the coverage, the way it wore, the way it looked, it always ended up turning very pink on me, and the shade was just not a match after a while, after it oxidized and things like that. So I wanted to purchase another one in a shade that would be better for me, or I had hoped. So I purchased Golden Beige number 37, hoping it would be a better match for me, and interestingly enough, this one was a little bit like it turned kind of orange on me. It was a little bit too golden. It didn't quite color match me. So the first couple of times I wore it, I kind of just let that slide. I lightened it up a little bit with concealer, but every time I wore it, I was like, I don't like it. This because the color's not right. It wasn't looking good on me. And so finally I decided to go ahead and try it and see if maybe I mix the 2 foundations, if that would be a better match. And actually these 2 colors together seemed to work really well for my skin, and it looked really, really great. So this is a foundation I do like. This is more of a matte foundation. It's a very fluid foundation, but it has a lot of pigment and coverage. If you have super, super dry skin, which I do have dry skin with sometimes dry patches, it can sometimes not look the most flattering if you have some dry patches. So you want to make sure you're fully exfoliated and moisturized when you use this foundation. So that's what I like to do to make sure my skin looks its very best when I'm going to be using this. But other than that, it looks absolutely beautiful on my skin. It's very lightweight, very natural, dries down to a matte finish, but not a super drying finish, even though it's a matte coverage foundation. So even though I have dry skin, I don't feel like it dries out my skin or looks crusty or dry or anything on my skin. I just really do enjoy this. But I do think I'm going to go ahead and keep these in my basket again this month, just because I felt like I was so disappointed for the first couple of weeks that I was using this. It's really just within the last week and a half that I used the 2 in combination. I was like, okay, I like this. So I really want to give this combination a little bit longer of a try as well. So I'm going to go ahead and keep these in my basket this month. Alright, and lastly is the Urban Decay Stay Naked Foundation. Now you can see, hopefully, how much I've used this foundation. Now this was in my basket last month. It was new to me, and same thing as the All-Nighter Primer. When was it new to me? Was it new to me in January, and I tested it out? Yeah, okay, so new in January, tested it out all of January, kept it in my basket for February. Same thing with the All-Nighter Primer. And I kept it in my basket for February last month because I really wanted to test it out because I felt like my review just felt really inconclusive. Like there were some times that this foundation looked great on my skin and other times it looked horrible on my skin, and I was trying to figure out, like, it seems like a foundation I would like. I need to figure out what is going on, why this foundation isn't working. Maybe I can make it work because I want to like it. It has good coverage, but it's so finicky. Like sometimes it just smears on the skin and just doesn't absorb into the skin or blend into the skin well. It just like sits on top of the skin, and that drove me nuts because, like I said, sometimes I'd wear it and it looked beautiful, and other times I'd have the hardest time getting it to work. So I wanted to try it out again for another month last month to see if my thoughts had changed. And I will say that I still think this is a very, very finicky foundation. So for that, I would say this is not a foundation I like enjoy using because it does take a lot of time. But I don't hate it at all. I think like when I can get it to work, it looks really nice in the skin. It's very, very lightweight and fluid as well. But the downside is it needs a lot to, you can see, like I had used this 2 months and I'm already almost halfway done with it. So I think whereas most foundations I need maybe 2 pumps to cover my whole face, with this I need about 6 pumps to cover my whole face. So for that, like that's kind of insane to me. And the thing is, I did realize what was kind of making this foundation not work for me. I noticed that whenever I used it with primer, that's when I had the most issues with it. And it didn't matter if it was the Urban Decay All-Nighter Primer or any of the other primers I had in my basket this month. Every time I wore it with a primer, I had issues with my skin. And then I finally decided to try it a couple times without primer, and it went on my skin a lot easier. It blended into the skin a lot smoother, and looked a lot nicer. So for some reason I just feel like this is a foundation that does not play well with others. And I think I kind of maybe mentioned that last month, that I thought maybe that might be the issue, but I really wanted to test it out this month. So anyways, yeah, it's a little bit of a difficult foundation. I don't think this would be one I would recommend unless you already have really nice skin. But yeah, it wasn't awful. I think it can look beautiful, but it's just very, very finicky. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and take this out of my basket this month because I'm really exhausted trying to use it. And then I had 3 concealers in my basket last month. I brought in the CoverGirl True Blend Undercover Concealer because I had that new CoverGirl foundation. I figured I might as well try to use some CoverGirl products together. But the problem was, because the other foundation is a lot more sheer and lightweight, that when I wore it with this, I felt like this was just so much coverage that it was just too weird to use with that other, the CoverGirl foundation. But this is a concealer that I really like. It has a very big wand. It has really great, like pretty much full coverage, very nice coverage. Really enjoyed this concealer. I would recommend it. It's a, drugstore concealer, so I feel like it's a really good concealer, especially for your money. So I do really like it, but I think I'm going to go ahead and set this aside. These next 2 concealers, I will say right off the bat, I'm probably going to go ahead and keep them in my makeup basket this month as well, just because, for one, the Naked Skin Concealer from Urban Decay, this is no longer available. I'm pretty sure it's a discontinued product from them, and it is the last one I have from Urban Decay, so I feel like I might as well just use it up. I feel like it's almost gone anyways, even though you can't really tell. But anyways, I'm going to just keep it in here until I use it up. Might as well just get it out of my collection because it's something that's no longer available anyway. So that'll stay in my basket this month. And then, as you can see, this one really is almost gone. So, and because it's the Catrice Liquid Camouflage Concealer, this is one that I would wear in conjunction with the Catrice foundation as well. I'm just weird like that, where sometimes, like, especially if I have products that go together from the same brand, I like to wear them together with the same products and things like that. And this is a really great concealer. It does have a very strong scent to it, so I don't think that's for everybody, but actually so does the foundation. It has like a weird, like, baby powder scent to it. Anyways, so if you're sensitive to smells, you might not like it. I'm actually sensitive to smells, really sensitive to smells, but this doesn't bother me too much because once it's on the skin, you don't notice it. It doesn't stay lingering or anything like that. So, and it has really, really good coverage. So anyways, I want to go ahead and just keep that in there and see if I could use the rest of it up. Really quickly, I'm just removing these products from my baskets. These are just lip products, a bunch of new-ish lip products that I had last month. I don't necessarily talk about lip products in my makeup baskets because I don't know, I mostly just do glosses and I'm not really big on lipsticks, but I had these in there so I can remember to keep using them this month. But I'm just letting you know I'm just moving them out in case you were curious what that bundle of stuff was, so stuff's not just disappearing. But yeah, just lip products. Alright, moving on to powders. If you're new here, you're going to think I am crazy with the amount of powders that I have in this basket. It actually is kind of ridiculous now that I'm looking at it. But if you don't know, I'm just a major powder girl. I love powders. I have so many powders. And I just like to use powders. And so anyways, there was a couple of new ones in here that I wanted to test out for this month, and some that are just staples I like to keep in my basket. But I will just say that throughout this month, I actually kind of stopped using powders. I was kind of doing this like very minimal powder face, which is really like so different for me. Usually I like pack on the powders. I'm a powder girl. Even though I have dry skin, like I love powders, but I was kind of slowly transitioning into this like really almost no powder makeup look, and I was kind of loving it. I think I'm going to be doing a video on that, letting you guys know what I'm doing and stuff like that. So that's coming up if you're interested. But anyways, I still will let you guys know some of these products. So the staple product that I always like to keep in is my Urban Decay Naked Illuminizing Powder. This is like a setting powder with a little bit of luminosity to it. I love this powder for setting under my eyes, just giving a little bit of brightness because I do have dark circles, and I feel like sometimes no matter what, no matter how good a concealer is, I still feel like I have a little bit of just shadowing or darkness in my circles, and so I like to add a brightening powder under my eyes to just lighten them up a little bit. And this is the powder I like doing it with. And I also had this in there. This is actually a powder foundation from Urban Decay, the Naked Skin The Fix, and this was a product that I fully reviewed last month and had tested out in January. Same thing with the other Urban Decay products. And I actually really like this. Now I kept this in here, and sometimes would use it on days I was really quick in a hurry and actually use it as a foundation. But a couple of times throughout the month I actually use this in conjunction with this powder, just mix a little bit of the both of them for setting under my eyes. Because I was kind of noticing, since I was kind of doing a little less powders, that this on its own was just a little too shimmery or luminizing for the look I was really wanting to go for. But when I mixed the two of them, I still got that brightness, a little bit of luminosity. It was just a really nice softer mix for the days I was doing little or less powder. So I think I'm going to go ahead and just keep these two in here this month, and these will kind of be like my little staple powders if I'm going to continue doing what I was doing or what I have been doing with my minimal powder looks. This is a CoverGirl powder, the Vitalis Healthy Powder. This is, I usually like to also keep just a regular pressed powder in my basket to use throughout the month. And also because it was CoverGirl, I figured it might be nice to go with the other CoverGirl products. But I do think because I'm going to go ahead and keep those other Urban Decay products in there as a pressed powder, I won't necessarily need this. So I'm going to go ahead and put this back in my collection. Just so you guys know, this is just like a It Cosmetics puff that I use. I just keep in there with some of my pressed powders. So that's gonna go. And then this is it's in the Cover FX Perfect Setting Powder, which that powder is one of my favorites. But this is actually, I just use this little jar as a reusable thing. This is actually a custom mix of powders. I talk about this every month. This is another staple powder product that I keep in my basket, and I'll probably keep it in my basket this month. I didn't actually use this very often this month, so I don't know how much I'll use it next month, but I do want to keep it in here because I have some other new foundation products to try, and so I think I may bring this into rotation again this month. So I want to have it in here as one of my just staples. But it's a mixture of the RCMA No Color Powder, Midnight Banana Powder, and then the Too Faced Do You Setting Powder. So it's a mix of those three powders that's like a nice luminizing, brightening, translucent setting powder kind of mix that I just keep in there. So that'll go and stay this month. Okay, and then a brand new, well, it's not new to the market, but new to me, new, finally just trying last month, is the All Nighter Waterproof Setting Powder. And I actually really like this a lot. Now, I didn't really fully give it a whole waterproof test, but I will just say there was a couple of days where emotions were running high, and I was emotional and had some tears, and I felt like when I was wearing this powder, like, it actually really helped keep my makeup together. I was really surprised by that. So I didn't have any, tear streaks or anything like that. And I actually really liked it. It's a pretty finely milled powder. Even though it looks like it has a little bit of color to it, it is transparent or translucent. Like, it doesn't really give color or coverage or anything like that. So I actually really enjoyed using this powder a lot. I'm kind of tempted to keep it in my basket this month too. I'm not sure how much I will use it this month, but I kind of think I may just go and keep it in my basket again this month, just in case I might want to use it. Moving on to blushes, I had 3 blushes in here this month. So this first one is one of my like kind of, last month I talked about, it's not an official project pan, but I talked about how I had so many like panned products in my basket. It was going to be kind of like my project pan makeup basket, and I'm going to go and just continue with that and keep those products in here. And so this was one of them. This is my IT Cosmetics by Pores blush. Made some good progress in that this month. Oh. So this will go ahead and stay in my basket this month as well, and I'm just going to continue using it up until it is gone. Then I decided to have the Milani blush, Rose Blush. This is a shade Romantic Rose. Got some good use out of this. I really liked having this in there as like a matte option because the other one is so shimmery. I have a matte blush in here, but it's a bright kind of corally color, so I wanted one that was a little bit more neutral, muted, and matte that I can use. But I really enjoyed using this, but I'm going to go ahead and put this away this month because I have some new blushes that I'm going to be trying out this month. So this will go. Then this was a new product last month. This is from the Clean Fresh line from CoverGirl that I got sent. And I actually did enjoy this. This is a cream blush, and normally I'm not super big into cream products for the face. So I really didn't think I was going to like this, but I actually did. And again, like I talked about, I'm going to be doing a video coming up sharing my new kind of like minimal or no powder kind of routine, and I'll be using this in that video so you guys can see how I use it. And again, I'll probably go into more detail in my review in a beauty replay, but surprisingly I enjoyed this. I'm gonna go ahead and let me think. I'm gonna be using this in a video, but I don't know if I want to keep this in my makeup basket this month. Just know that if I use it in a future video, it's just I'm pulling it out to show you guys how to use it, but I don't think that I'm going to keep it in my basket this month. Moving on to bronzers now, or contour products. I guess they're really bronzers, but I use bronzers to contour. That's just what works for me. So the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil, this is like a deluxe sample size of it, and this was one of my project pan things. As you can see, it made quite a bit of progress in this one. It's almost gone, so this is going to go ahead and stay. I imagine I'll probably use it up this month, so that'll stay. Then I had the Pure Cosmetics Cameo Contour. This is a cream product, and I really enjoyed using this quite a bit too. I think I'm going to go ahead and keep this in my makeup basket this month as well, because I have some other new products, or well, the blushes that I'm going to be trying this month are from Pure, and I think I'll do like a Pure look or whatever, but I also want to demonstrate how I've been using this in that upcoming video for my, no powder look that I've been mentioning. This is a cream product that I actually really liked before, but I started using it a little bit differently than I used to use it, and I really prefer this new way I've been using it. And so I will want to show you guys that in this upcoming video, and I just want to keep it in there and keep using it for the rest of this month. Alright, and then we have the Urban Decay Threesome palette, which is a blush, bronzer, highlighter. And this is another one of my project pan items. As you can see, it made a lot more progress in this with the bronzer. Not so much in these two, because this is such a bright, vibrant, like corally, peachy pink blush that it's just like a little bit goes a long way. The highlighter is very subtle, but usually when I use this, I kind of just dip my brush into both of these so I get a little bit more of a shimmery, not so much matte color, and that's how I've really been using this. But the majority of what I use this for is the bronzer, a really nice powder. If you guys want to hear a little bit more of my thoughts about this powder and why I've panned it so much, you can check out last month's beauty replay where I go into more detail and depth in my review and thoughts on this palette. But this will go ahead and stay in here this month until I work on finishing it up. Alright, lastly we have some highlights, and I had 4 highlighters in here this month. So the Makeup Forever, this is their Profusion, Pro Light Fusion highlighter. Such a beautiful highlighter. I have the gold one, this one here, and then one that's a little bit more pinky. It's such a silky, smooth highlight. So beautiful. I don't know if you could see in the shadows here. Look at that. So pretty. I had this in my basket 2 months in a row because I felt like I didn't get enough use out of it the month before, but I did use it a little bit more this month. It's such a beautiful highlighter, but I'm going to go ahead and put it away this month because I think I have some new highlighters to use this month, so I need to get rid of some. Then an oldie but a goodie, the Mary Luminizer. This one I put in there because I was like, oh, I don't know if you could see here, but I was starting to be able to see some rings with a potential to pan, but I didn't quite pan this one. I thought I might. Such a beautiful highlighter as well. Look at that. But anyways, like I said, because, oh, there you can kind of see the rings. potential to pan. But I think if I would have panned this, I probably would have kept it in here. But I think I'm going to go ahead and remove it from my makeup basket this month because, like I said, I do have some new highlighters to test out and try this month. Okay, and then I have this one from CoverGirl. You guys, this is stunning. The CoverGirl True Blend Super Stunner highlighters are amazing. Probably my favorite from the drugstore, but not even just from the drugstore. Like, this is an amazing highlight. It just so happens to be drugstore and like an affordable price. I think it's like about maybe $7.49 or maybe just under $7. Absolutely stunning. I'm going to put a picture on the screen here because I wore this first when I did some outfit photos, and this just happened to be the highlight I was wearing. And even from far away, you can see this highlight popping. It is gorgeous. So I love it so much. I can't like stop recommending it. Let me swatch it right here for you guys. It's so creamy, blinding, and beautiful. I mean, look at how these are the high-end highlighters, and look at it. It almost looks like a mixture of both of those. And there are a couple other shades. I think I have 3 shades total of these. They're stunning. This shade happens to be Pearl Crush. And it's just so beautiful. But anyways, as much as I love it, I'm going to go ahead and set it out of my makeup basket this month as well. And then lastly, I have another one from CoverGirl. This was, again, another PR one that was sent to me with that Clean Fresh line. And this is, again, a cream highlighter. All the Clean Fresh products from CoverGirl were cream products. And I, again, didn't think I would like it as much because I'm not super into cream products. But this actually ended up being one of my favorite things from that Clean Fresh line. It's so beautiful. Very creamy and easy to wear and to apply. I usually tapped it out. And it gives a really gorgeous, like, subtle natural sheen, but also very bright. I'm trying to see if you can see it here. So it's like a little bit of a peekaboo highlighter, but I kind of like that. It was like, was a more natural look, but still very blingy and poppy. Has a really nice scent. It's very soft. It's not too firm. Something I feel like with cream products and why I've never been a big fan of them is because they tend to be sometimes too firm, too waxy, and they're not easy to work with. But this is so easy to work with and still really beautiful. So I actually enjoyed that way more than I thought I would. And I actually think I'm going to go ahead and keep this in my makeup basket this month. I'd like to get a little bit more use out of it this month. All right, and the last things in my makeup basket this month are mascaras. Again, mascaras is another thing that I don't really cover in my makeup basket because it's just, I use whatever I happen to have open and I don't feel like I need to like rotate mascaras or whatever. But I figured I'd just mention them because this one is brand new to me and I did do a full review on it already. That video is already on my channel. And there is a giveaway in that video. In case you have not seen it or maybe you saw it and didn't think you were interested, this is a fabulous mascara and there's a giveaway. So go check out that video and at least enter the giveaway because this is an amazing mascara. So this is the Beyond Mascara from City Beauty, and it's called Beyond Mascara because it is literally more than just a mascara. It is a mascara that has, that's kind of like an eyelash growth serum. So it's got all these beneficial and good ingredient that's going to make your lashes look longer and thicker naturally over time. The more you use it, it's like skincare for your eyelashes, but it's also a mascara. It is fabulous. Really love it. So definitely recommend. I'm going to link that video. You guys check it out. And then also the Benefit Roller Lash Mascara, which I already had open, so I just kept it in here. So anyways, I just kind of use them interchangeably. I mostly was using this when I was really trying to review it and test it out, but ever since I've kind of just been going back and forth, or sometimes I'd like to use them in conjunction with one another because this one is a little bit of a thicker mascara. The wand is really nice. I like that it has a little bit of a flat side with also a wide side. So if you can see that, look at that. So it's a little bit thinner, so you can still get on the lower lash line, not make a big mess, but it also gets wider so you can really coat your lashes. But this wand is more of your like standard bristle wand, whereas the roller lash has that rubber wand, so it's a little bit more flexy. So sometimes I'd use them in conjunction with one another, where I'd coat my lashes here with this so I get the good benefits, I'd get the thickness and the fullness and the volume, and then I'd get this to help kind of comb out my lashes and separate them just a little bit. But anyways, those are the mascaras I've been using this month, but definitely please go check this one out. It's amazing. All right, and lastly I talk about palettes. So I kind of just go over them really quickly and then I'll let you guys know some of the, I do actually have 2 new palettes, at least currently. I may end up with more throughout the month. But 2 new makeup palettes I'll bring in, and that'll be at the end of this video. But right now, the palettes I was using last month is this little stack here. So this one was a new one that kind of came in mid-month that I was testing out. This is the Urban Decay Wired palette. I did already do a full first impressions and demo of this video showing it in action, and I have been playing around with this month. I will go again, like I've been saying, more into depth on my full review and beauty replay, so stay tuned for that. But I will just say that, little heads up, I was not happy with this palette. I was actually quite disappointed with this palette, and yeah, I've tried to play with it a few times, created some looks and stuff, but every single time it's been a little bit of a disappointment. There will be pictures and footage and things like that in beauty replay, so stay tuned if you want to hear more about this palette. Then I had the Coastal Scents Think Pink palette. Now I did also do a full video, first impressions of this palette, and in that video I mentioned I was a little bit underwhelmed. I wasn't super thrilled with the quality of these, that I felt like they were okay but not great. They are very, very cheap eyeshadows, and I also had difficulty with the eyeshadow primer that was new to me this last month, but I did continue playing with these over the month and testing them out and trying them. And I'm a little bit more impressed than I was initially. So I will say that is a good thing. And I did actually end up purchasing a few more of their shadows. Now, the mattes are the ones I like the best. I think the shimmers are just okay. I don't think they're anything to write home about or get super excited about, but they're not terrible. They're just, you can tell they're a little bit lower quality, but the mattes are pretty decent. So I actually did end up ordering a few more with my own money, because this was sent to me as a PR gift of the matte shades, and was playing around with those and actually enjoyed them a lot more than I had originally in that video. So if you watched that video and you were curious about an update, and again, I'll share more in my beauty replay video, but I like these a little bit more than I originally thought I would. So there's a little bit of update for you guys there. Then I had the Anastasia Beverly Hills Riviera palette. This one I played with quite a bit this last month and really, really enjoyed it. The quality doesn't seem too different from what most Anastasia Beverly Hills palettes are. I think the shadows are really, really beautiful. It's an interesting color scheme. I still haven't played with every single shadow, so I want to play with it a little bit more, but I really enjoyed this palette this month. This shade especially, Inheritance, this is such an interesting gold shade. I don't think it's going to really show up on camera how beautiful it is in person, but it just looks like maybe your standard gold shade. Doesn't seem anything great, but when I wear this gold shadow, I feel like it transforms the look of my eyes. It makes my eyes look more green, just looks so poppy. It just looks so pretty on my eyes. So I've been really just loving that shade especially, but yeah. I'll probably continue to play with this because I had wanted to create some content with it on my channel, and I didn't get a chance to do that this last month. So this I'll probably keep using this next month. Then there is the Afrique palette by, or Afrique, yeah, palette by Juvia's. Used this a handful of times last month, but again, not as much as I would have wanted to. I'll probably continue to use this coming month as well, just to get some more use out of it. This was a new palette that I purchased myself, so I do want to get a little bit more playtime with that. Then I pulled this in for my makeup basket this month because it had been requested that I create maybe another tutorial or so with this palette. And while I did play with this a little bit more in the plans and hopes that I would create a video with it, sharing a new tutorial, I didn't actually create any content with it. I swear this last month was so rough for filming for me. So much came up. My kids did have a whole week off for, I don't know, what is it, President's Week or some kind of extended winter vacation or something. So they had a week off, and so I didn't film all that week, and then just a bunch of different stuff came up, so it threw my filming schedule off, so I didn't film as much as I had hoped to last month. So this will stay in something I use this next month, and hopefully we'll create some more tutorials with this since it was requested. This is such a lovely palette, so I did enjoy using it. And then lastly, new was the Conspiracy palette, which was gifted to me, and I played with this quite a bit last month as well. This is probably the palette I used the very most last month, and I actually did not create any YouTube content with this, but I recently joined TikTok and have been doing some quick makeup looks there, not like tutorials or anything where I'm showing anything in depth, but we'll do little makeup videos, and this is a palette I use quite a bit in those videos, so I will have some videos showing this and some photos and things like that that I will share in Beauty Replay. But if you want to check out my TikTok, it's agapelovegirl, agape.love. Or period girl, if you want to find me there and see some of the content I've made with this. But so far, really enjoying this palette. It is beautiful. The quality is wonderful. I've never tried anything from Jeffree Star before. This is my very first product of his, or palette, eyeshadow palette of his. I have tried his liquid lipsticks before, but really enjoyed this palette, and will continue using it this month as well. I would like to do some videos with this too. So anyways, those are the palettes I used last month and the ones that I'm going to go ahead and keep using this month. So let's go ahead and move on to the new stuff for March. Alright, so here's kind of what my makeup basket is looking like with the products from February that I'm going to be keeping in for this month of March. So I know this may seem a little bit boring, that I tend to always keep a lot of products in from the previous month, but sometimes I get on a roll and I just like them, want to keep using them, and sometimes I just want to give them a little bit more of a chance. So anyways, there's quite a bit of products in here, but I do have some new products that I'm going to be using this month. Revlon has been sending over quite a few different packages for me to try. So I've got some highlighters, skincare products, brow products, foundations, stuff like that. So here's some of the packages. They've been really interesting little packages. This is a fuzzy little package. It's so cute. A lot of it is made with like this recycled stuff, so I think that's really neat. But let me kind of go over, let me see, I think one of them has, this is, okay, that's brow products. Here I've got some skincare stuff. I think maybe these are primers. Alright, so we have one that's mattifying and pore reducing. It says Makeup Plus Skincare Primer. That's really cool. I'm not someone who needs mattifying. I probably could use some pore reducing stuff, but mattifying, my skin's dry, so I probably won't use that. So I'm going to go ahead and stick that back in there. That might be something I put in the giveaway. If you guys don't know, I do have a little giveaway going on my channel. I'll link that video if you haven't seen it. Anything that I don't use or have extra of, I've been kind of putting away for this giveaway. So that might go in that giveaway, unless I see if my daughter wants it. Anyways, then I'm left with the Brightening Plus Skin Tone Evening, to even it out. Okay. Oh my gosh. And then this one is Perfecting and Smoothing. So I'll try to give one or both of these a try. Those seemed interesting. So the brightening one says it has lemon extract and vitamin E and C. Then the Perfecting and Smoothing says it has vitamin B5 and hyaluronic acid. Ooh, this one might be the one I need. Hyaluronic acid. I love anything with hyaluronic acid in it. So I'll probably give these two a try. Those will be some new primers I'll have this month. Okay, and then they sent over this bag that says Glow. This has some highlighters in it as well as some foundations, I think. So I'm just going to pull it. They even sent me this little brush to use. Looks very interesting, very cool. So I'll be using that. I think because I have so many new Revlon products, I might just do a full face or mostly full face of Revlon products so I can test these out. But they sent me these two, and hopefully they're going to be my shade. They look like relatively they could be my shades, but I actually think it's kind of nice because some brands are finally kind of not just sending out the whole range of something. They're kind of really trying to focus and see what color is going to match you and just send you one product and hope it matches you. And so the downside is that maybe it might not match you and you don't have a variety of other shades to choose from. But the upside is that now I don't have a bunch of product that I don't need or can't use. So anyways, hopefully these will work for me. But this is their Candid Natural Finish Anti-Pollution Foundation. That's interesting. And then this one is their Candid Glow. So it's a Moisture Glow Anti-Pollution Foundation. So I'm very intrigued to try these. I don't think I've really tried anything from Revlon that I can really recall. So I'm really excited. I recently just got put on their PR list, so slowly they've been kind of sending in packages that I received this last month, and I've had them set aside so I can put them in my basket this month. I didn't want to test anything last month since I had so much products already last month to test out. I didn't want to add anything more to my plate, so I knew I would be putting these in this month. But I got the shades 300 and then 320, which I don't, okay. So of the glowy one, the 320 is Tawny, and then 300 is Dune for this regular one. So I'm really excited to give these a try. Hopefully one of these colors will work for me, and I'll be testing those out this month. All right, and I know I'm kind of skipping forward. I do need to check and see if there's any other concealers I want to add in, but I want to show you this. They also sent over these highlighters, and these look absolutely stunning. Let me see if I can open these up right now and just swatch them because they're beautiful. So this is the Skin Light Prismatic Highlighter. Okay, after I opened these up, I just realized this is actually a bronzer, so it's a little bit of a shimmery bronzer. That's really interesting. Okay, so this is the Skin Light Prismatic Highlighter. I love how it looks like scales. Look at that. That is stunning. Okay. Ooh, really, really pretty. Okay, I still have a little bit of highlight there, so let's just, I guess, do it right here. Not as super impressive as I thought it might be. It's not as creamy, like, say, of the CoverGirl one I showed you from my makeup basket earlier, but really pretty. Has a nice glow to it there. Okay, so that'll be in there. And then this is their Skin Light Prismatic Bronzer. I think this might be a little bit too light for me as a bronzer. Very interesting, because I feel like this is such a dark highlighter, and this is such a light bronzer, so I don't know. But I'll still give it a shot, see if I can use it to warm up my face. I'm not someone who is absolutely opposed to a shimmery bronzer. It's not my favorite, but I'm not opposed to it. Sometimes they can be really nice, so I'm excited to give that a try. So those are some new products from Revlon that I'll have into my basket this month. I just want to get those in there before I went into my drawers. I hope this doesn't seem too boring, because I feel like a lot of the times I have so much new products coming in this month to try that I need to put in my makeup basket that I don't really ever truly get to shop my stash because I have so much new products. But I do want to go into my drawers so we can do a little bit of stash shopping, see if there's another concealer at least that I can put in here this month. Alright, now I know for certain I don't right now need any new setting sprays. I don't need any new primers, that's for sure. I kind of think, even though I have those other two foundations in there, I kind of think I'm going to go ahead and grab this. Now, I will just say I have to admit something, okay? Last month, there were a couple times, because I was having so many issues at first with the Catrice foundation not being a good match for me, and I was like, I don't want to wear this when I know I need my makeup to really look good. I don't want a foundation that's not matching me. And then with the Urban Decay, because it's so finicky and would always take me so long to apply, same with the CoverGirl one, I did sneak into my drawer and use my Pure 4-in-1 Love Your Selfie foundation, because this is a tried and true, this is a favorite foundation. I put it away so I can get use out of other foundations, but when I was like, I need to get ready in a hurry, I need to not think about it, I need my foundation to look good and not be finicky and not take me forever to get it to work, I would grab this. So I cheated a little bit last month, I gotta admit that. But I think instead of feeling like I'm cheating myself, I'm just going to stick this in here. I'm going to try not to use it because I need to obviously test out the new Revlon foundations. And I would like to use a little bit more of the Catrice foundations, but I want to just have it in there as a backup on days where I need to get ready in a hurry and I need a product that I know just looks good without me having to try, or that's going to take me too long to make it work because it's so finicky, you know what I mean? So I'm going to stick this in there. I'm sorry if that's boring, but I just love it. I can't get away from it. I love it so much. Okay, so a concealer. I'd like to put a new concealer in here. Oh, I actually do have a, oh no, this is the All-Nighter concealer. Fair Warm. That's not my shade. What do I want to do? Oh my gosh, you know, I should have put this concealer in there. This is the Healthy Vitalist concealer. That might have been a better concealer for that one foundation. Oh well, it didn't really work for me, so. You know what? I think I would, where'd that go? I had the, what did I just do with it? That Maybelline Instant Age Rewind concealer. I literally, oh, here. I think I would like to, this looks like it's almost gone, this Instant Age Rewind concealer. So I think I'm going to go ahead and stick that in there. This is a drugstore concealer that I really like. So I'm going to stick that in there. And that might be something I use maybe with the Revlon, because I'd like to maybe try to keep it drugstore products. I think that would be a good idea. So yeah, I'll go ahead and stick that in there as my extra concealer this month. See if I could use that up and get rid of it. I like it, but I just need to use it up. So I think that's going to be it for this drawer. Let's go ahead and move on to the next one. Okay, so I have enough powders. I don't really have a drugstore powder, I don't think. Oh, I guess I could have kept that CoverGirl one in there. No, it's fine. It's whatever. Okay, And I have several bronzers and contour stuff in there, but I do know that I really wanted to grab my Pure Cosmetics one out. Oh, this one, because I have some Pure Cosmetics blushes that are brand new to me that I'm going to try. And I do have that Pure Cosmetics cream contour, but I really was wanting to use this one again. So I think I'm going to pull this out. This is from Pure Cosmetics. It's the Bronzing Act Matte Bronzer in the shade Dark. But anyways, I've been thinking about this and was thinking that I really want this in my makeup basket this month. So I know that I have the Chocolate Soleil in there, but it's almost gone. I have the Urban Decay one, but again, I think that'll be gone very, very soon. It's so light. And then I have the new one from Revlon, but that's a very, very light bronzer, not something I don't think I could really contour with. It'll have to be like a true bronzer for me. So I'd like this in there. So that'll be in my makeup basket this month. And then I just wanted to show you guys these. These are brand new. These were sent to me from Pure Cosmetics. They're new. Oh gosh, they smell so good. A lot of, if not all of Pure Cosmetics products have this like yummy vanilla scent that I just, oh, I live, or like coconut, no, not coconut, cocoa scent, like chocolate. So good. These smell like it too, but they're Skin Perfecting Blushing Act blushes. Really, really beautiful. This one is in the shade Pretty in Peach, so it is a peachy color. Really, really beautiful. Oh, I can't wait to use it. So pretty. Ooh, smells so good. So very peachy color, so that'll go in this month. And then I got this one, which I think I might use a little bit more because it's a little bit of a darker color. This is in the shade Berry Beautiful. Look how pretty that is. Oh my goodness, I love the speckled look of it. Ooh, that is a rich shade. That'd be a pretty eyeshadow too. So anyways, yeah, I'll have these blushes to test out this month. All right, and I don't think I necessarily need another highlight in there because I have the cream highlight. I have the highlight that's in the 3 Cent palette, which I don't really use on its own too much. I do have the new one from Revlon. I think that's it. I think I kind of maybe want to grab another one. I kind of been thinking about this one here actually. This one is from Drawer Cosmetics. It's in the shade Maryland. This was a favorite of mine for a long time. I haven't used it in a while, so this might be a good highlight to use as well, to put into rotation. So yeah, I think... Ooh, that is so pretty. Let's get in the light this way. Oh, pretty. So yeah, I think I'm gonna go and stick that in my basket this month as well. And I think that's gonna do it for face products. I feel like the Shop My Stash portion always ends up getting so short and boring because I always have so much new products to test out. Sometimes it can be overwhelming. But it's exciting at the same time. But anyways, I do now have a couple of new eyeshadow palettes or eyeshadow products that I purchased myself that I'm going to be testing out this month. So let's get into those. Oh my gosh, you guys, I just remembered there's something else I have. This, I don't know if I will be able to use or not, but maybe. I just want to let you know I have it because if I can get the correct shade, this will go in my basket this month as well as another foundation for me to try. But I recently got reached out to from Tarte Cosmetics if they can send me product to test out or to try. I don't know if this means I'm officially on PR with them. I didn't know what to expect. They just asked if they could send me product and I said, okay, cool. And I got this package in the mail. So this is it. They sent me their Found Sealer and this multitasking sponge, so makeup sponge, and the Found Sealer. And I did test it out real quick because I wanted to see like it was a match for me because I could already tell looking in the bottle it looked a little bit dark. And so I did a color swatch on my cheek and it is quite a bit dark for me. So this is the shade 38S Medium Tan Sand. And so anyways, I did reach out to them and thank them for sending me this product and just wanted to let them know I got it, but that unfortunately this is the wrong shade and if possible could I be sent a lighter shade for me to test out. And I just sent that email, so I haven't heard back from them yet, so I don't know if I will be able to get a lighter shade or if not. So anyways, if I do get a lighter shade, this will also be my makeup basket for me to test out. It's very interesting. From the swatch I did, it seemed very, very dewy, very, very moisturizing, and very hydrating. So I'm really intrigued to give it a try. So hopefully I'll be able to have a shade that'll work for me. If not, if I don't include it in my makeup basket, I'll make a note in the description box. So anyways, that's a possibility of something that could be in my makeup basket this month that I'll be testing out. So anyways, there's that. All right, now let's go ahead and move on to some new eye products. Now, if you have seen the video I did on 5 indie brands I'd like to try this year, I decided to go based on the highest recommendations, and by far, I feel like almost everyone who left a comment in that video recommended this brand. It was like, this brand's amazing, definitely try this brand first, you won't be disappointed in this brand. And so I was like, okay, everybody's like raving about this brand, I need to try it. So I made a purchase, I made an order from them, and the brand is Sydney Grace. I'm so excited. So what I did was purchase their the Danny's Dream Bundle of singles, which is their bundle of green eyeshadows. This is just a little empty magnetic palette that I got from BoxyCharm many years ago. I've had it in my drawer, not being used, but when I got this set, I was like, oh, perfect, I could put this little empty palette to use. So I've put all the shades in here. Anyway, so I ordered Danny's Dream Bundle. I have actually played around with this twice, and so far, I will just, a little heads up here, I'm in love. These are beautiful, the quality is amazing. So I ordered the Danny's Dream Bundle, and then I decided to also, because these were really intriguing to me, purchase their cream shadows. So I picked up the shades Suntan and Lake Days. Suntan is a little bit of a golden bronzy cream shadow, and then Lake Days is a little bit of a green, like golden green cream shadow, and I did test out this one. That's beautiful as well. So I will be doing a video on Sydney Grace soon, and I just saw that they recently released their re-released their what is it, Autumn Rain palette. And since trying these, I am so tempted to also purchase that. I've also been in contact with the owner, one of the owners, and asked if they would be interested in doing a little interview, because something I used to do on my blog a long time ago was called Small Business Saturdays, and I would feature a small business that I really enjoyed or that I've purchased from and really like their products, and then would do an interview with them. And I think I would like to start that again. So I reached out to them and they were up for it. So they answered some interview questions. So I'll have some that interview to share with you guys in an upcoming video, as well as testing these products out. And let me just tell you, the owners sound really amazing and so fascinating. And I even found out this, that where they live, where they work and send out products from, literally is an hour from where I live, which blows my mind. What a small world we live in. I just thought that was so neat. So anyways, I can't wait to share more about these products and demo them and do that video for you guys. I'm so excited. But what a wonderful brand. I'm so excited to have tried them and to be sharing them on my channel as well. So anyways, that's some new eye products that I have this month that I'll be testing out and playing with this month. And then I have one more product that I purchased from Ulta. I had mentioned in another video of, I think, 6 drugstore brands that I would like to try more of. These are brands that I have tried, but not very much, but I would like to try more of them. And one of the brands was Lottie London, and I had mentioned these palettes in that video as well. And I was like, you know what, I'm really curious. I think I was making a purchase of some things I needed to make like the $50 mark to get free shipping. So I decided to check out some of the drugstore brands I had mentioned in that video to see if maybe I might grab something. Well, this palette is just under $8. I think it's like $7.99 or $7.95. Decided to give it a shot, see if it's good or not. I did try it once, and upon first impressions, the quality is actually really nice. Now, it's just a little palette, it's just a little guy. Kind of reminds me a little bit of like a more affordable version of the Huda Beauty little palettes, but it's beautiful. And so anyways, I want to play with it a little bit more. I will probably do a video with it, or maybe I'll order some more stuff that I can do like a full Lottie London video. But so anyways, that's just progress. I want to show you that I purchased some stuff from one of the indie brands and one of the drugstore brands, and I have those new things to test out this month. So quite a lot of new products that I'll be testing out this month. I'm really excited for. Now, as I kind of briefly mentioned at the beginning of this video, or towards the beginning of this video, that I made a post on my community tab about feeling a little bit defeated, feeling a little bit down, and that kind of threw me off as far as reviews and things like that. And I kind of just want to touch on that again here, and just because this is going to be basically the first video I'll post this month, that I think I'm going to be doing things just slightly different. Now, the day I posted that, I wasn't sure if I should even post that to my community tab because I feel like it's so weird to post that kind of stuff without sounding like I'm just trying to get attention or, you know, fish for compliments. It's really hard for me to post that stuff. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna try not to cry right now. I've just been really emotional lately. And the thing is, I also don't want to post that kind of stuff because to me, I feel like it makes me sound unappreciative of those of you who are here for me, who do appreciate my content or who do comment every time I post a video or, you know, things like that, because I do appreciate you guys so much. So I don't want to sound unappreciative, but I was just kind of, I feel like almost a whole week just feeling super down, feeling super defeated, feeling very, like a failure for some reason, and a little bit overwhelmed too. And so I mentioned that which I do still have a couple videos that I pre-filmed already. This is a new one I'm filming because it's easy for me and you guys enjoy it. That after those videos, I may take a step back a little bit or not super stress myself over trying to get things up at a certain schedule or trying to really force things. I just really want to make this fun again because YouTube, while I love it, it's not a job for me because I don't get paid like a job, but I work hours on it like a job, and it's becoming so not fun because the hours I put into it isn't worth it, quote unquote, in the sense of like the time I put into it, like I'm not really getting much out of it, and it's become more like a job than it is fun for me, and I can't do that. I put too much pressure on myself, and it's not anybody else, it's more so myself. I do this to myself and I just need to stop. I'm gonna probably take a little bit of a break in a sense of like, I'm not sure what that break's gonna look like. I think that break may mean just taking a break from the pressure of really reviewing something, you know, or feeling like I have to post a certain thing. I just want to have fun again. I may just do more tutorials. I may just do a lot more first impressions, or I may just sit down and play with makeup and not share my opinion at all on the makeup. You know, I just want to play in it, and you guys can judge for yourself what you think about the products. Because for me, I feel like that'll be a lot less stressful, where I don't feel like I have to really delve in and say like this and this and this. You know, I just want to have fun again. And it started becoming overwhelming. And the reason why I'm even bringing that up is because there are so much new products in here for me to test out. And when I get in this head and mindset of like, I really have to think, you know, so much about the stuff and let you guys know my opinion, you know, and I think about it like, my opinion probably doesn't really matter that much, you know. I'm sure you guys appreciate it, but I'm sure you guys are not living and dying if I don't give you my full opinion, you know what I mean? So I'm just putting too much pressure on myself, and so I just gonna kind of take it easy. I'm gonna take a step back. When I do film, I want it to just be enjoyable and fun. And that might mean that my beauty replay videos, I'm going to do one this month for last month, but I may take a step back from those. Those are my least viewed videos, and I know that a few of you have said you really enjoyed those videos because they are so informative, but I think I'm putting so much pressure on myself, it's taken the joy out of it. And so I may or may not continue that, or I may or may not just, I don't know, just take things easy. Like I said, I say that because I have so many new products in here, and I just want to enjoy using them and share my thoughts and opinions on them without feeling like I'm weighed down by the idea of what a real review is. So I don't know if this even makes sense or if this even matters to you guys for me to be rambling on and on about this, but I just want to say that. And also just want to say that for those of you who saw that post and left your comment, I really appreciate you guys, and I appreciate everything you said, and it means a lot to me how much of you guys care about me and take the time to say such kind things and be so supportive. So I just wanted to say that and acknowledge you guys, and just I really thank you guys so much for understanding. So anyways, with all that being said, I really appreciate you guys. I'm sorry if this makeup basket seemed a little bit off or a little bit strange or a little bit rambly. I don't know. I feel off my game a little bit, let's just say. But I do hope you guys enjoyed this video and seeing all the new products that I have in my makeup basket this month and the products I'll be using this month. If you guys have any special requests or anything you'd like to see, any specific products you'd like to see videos on first, I'd love to hear from you. Share your thoughts and opinions. And with all that being said, I just want to thank you so much for watching. And until next time, much love and hugs to you. Bye, beauty babes. Mwah!